Hello everyone, my name is Karen and welcome to the live draw here for the Mordheim Madness Season 2. To be honest, I've been really busy, right? So I'm just put something together here that I hope that you will like watching and seeing. So let's start off first with the general rules here for the tournament as we go along. You can see on the left side column here is the rules that are going to stay intact for the entire tournament. So we're going to play with one backtrack. You can only change the equipment, so you can't do anything else. That includes, we already have picked the skills and the skill points and everything like that, and the attribute points. But you cannot add anything else to it, and you cannot get injuries and add them on to your characters and so forth. Auto deploy is going to be off. Demons or roaming monsters, as it's known, is going to be off as well. We're going to play only exhibition, and the deployment timer is going to be none. So you get infinite amount of time to set up. In the very first stage here, we're going to divide all of our players into two groups of 7. You have 60-second timer. You're going to play full random, which includes all of the scenarios on all of the story maps, by the way, as it does include all of the sneak attacks, ambush, and everything. You get 1 point for winning the match, and you get 1 point if you manage to get the objective, which is also random. You play everyone in the group once. You can play them at any time, at any place, and as often as you can. Just try to get it done before, let's say, 5 weeks have gone by from this date. So you're going to play 6 games in 5 weeks, and you can play anyone you want. The 7th placed in each of these groups are out of the tournament, and that's pretty much it for that. For the second stage, we are going to be upping this the timer to 75 seconds. We're going to play 3 bracket groups. So the players that come in rank 1 and 2 in both of the groups, they're going into their own bracket group. The ones that go into 3 and 4 from group A and B in the first stage, they get into their own bracket group. And 5 and 6 into their own bracket group. And bracket groups are, as you might have remembered from Mordheim Madness Season 1, a specific group system where you're getting a winner's match and a loser's match and a decider's match. And the big thing here is that the map that you're going to play on will be picked by the player who has the highest rank. And the rank is decided upon where you ended up in the first stage. So if you ended up first in your group and you're facing someone who ended up second in their group, you're going to have to pick the map. You can pick whatever map you want. However, you cannot pick a scenario if you pick the story maps. They always have to be off. So you cannot add explosive barrels, or that you automatically fail all of the divine spells on Count Gotthard and so forth. It all has to be off. You're still going to have the random deployment though. And here's the kicker. If a player picks a map, if you pick the temple, for example, for one of your games, then you can never pick the temple again for the rest of the tournament. So you can only pick a certain map once during the whole tournament. That's the thing. 10 players are going to go to stage 3. Oh, we jumped ahead here. So if you're going to be equal in ranking, so you're the both top contenders from both of the groups facing off each other, you're going to play in Merchant Quarter map 1 all the time. So 10 players go through here, and that's because the players who are ranked 5th and 6th in that bracket group, 2 players are going to go out. So only 2 of them are going to go onwards to the next stage. And for the third stage here, we're going to have double elimination, where every player from the first 2 bracket groups are going into the winner's bracket, and the 2 players that came from the lowest bracket group, they're going to go into the loser's bracket. We're going to keep the 70-second timer. We're going to start in the play of 3 depending on rank, which means that some players that finished very highly might also get a bye. And you're going to keep doing the same thing here as with the stage 2. So the highest ranked player is going to get to pick the map. And then at this time of the tournament, I'm going to deploy a list, because by now we will have a full ranked list of players 1 to 10. So you always know which players you get to pick the map against and which players you do not get to pick the map against. I hope that was clear. So let's actually get into the major thing here, which will be the draw. I hope you're all looking forward to that. So here we are. We're gonna bring up a few of the players here. So we have True Griffin, we have Shelly, we have, well, he's called Shelf Proof. We have Greybush and we have Ainur. These are the unranked players. We're gonna draw them last into respective groups. To top them off, we had the first ranked player going into the tournament, who is going to be Slavier. We have Clyde, Carond, Hole Poker, Kiddenpaw, Quist, Crowley, Miniar, Chris Cardiac, and finally Dig. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna show you exactly how it's going to be done. So we have this neat little random picker here, so we're gonna pick slower. So I'm gonna pick a number and go like this. It's gonna randomly determine a certain number for us. This time it was 6, and then we're gonna place that person who would have been quizzed. We're gonna start up filling up A. You can see that each of the players here from 1 to 10 has a certain number next to them that is their rank. This is a sort of draw system where we're gonna get equal groups depending on the rating. That means that Slavier is worth 1 point, Dig is worth 10 points, and each group is going to add up to 27 or 28 points. So as we go along here, picking players for Group A, we might find ourselves that some players cannot be picked for that group, and then they will automatically end up in Group B. I will do the math as quickly as I can as we go along with this. Hope everyone has that clear. Are there any questions from the live stream? Let's see. Doesn't seem to be any questions whatsoever. All right, that's good. That's good. So let's get going here then. Just a short moment here while I get everything up and ready. So we're gonna have excuse the little delay there. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna pick one of the numbers and I'm gonna place that player, and then we'll see how it goes and turns out. The first player to be picked for Group A is going to be... Alright, come on, come on, come on. Player number 10. So that is Dig. Dig is going to end up in group number A. Let's start and pick him off. There we have him. Dig going to Group A. Alright. Let's see, if we draw a very high number now, we're going to exclude a few others mathematically. So let's see what the next number is. Still going to pick for Group A. And if we roll a 10 again, we're going to re-roll that. So we get a number 8 here, and that is Miniar. Miniar is going to take up here in Group A as well. And that's actually very interesting, because that's going to mean that we cannot pick up certain numbers. For example, we cannot now not mathematically get Chris Cardiac into the same group. Therefore, Chris Cardiac is going to be placed into Group B. That's because it would be mathematically impossible to get 10, 9, 8, that's 27, and then 2 more players into the same group, and then I put 27 or 28 as a number. So with that going on, 2 players picked. Let's see what else we get for the third pick of Group A. That is going to be Kiddenpaw. Kiddenpaw is going to end up in that group as well. That is also a very interesting choice. That means that we can actually, we are going to get 4 or 5. The combination needs to be 4 or 5 for the remaining players. We mean that Quist and Crowley are both going to end up in Group B. There we go. Good lord, I know you guys want me to say that. So we have 2 more players to pick for Group A, and this might decide actually where we're going to end up. So remember, a combination of 4 or 5. I'm gonna see what that is. So that's invalid, so we're gonna reroll again. Also invalid choice. I'm gonna reroll once more. This might look better. Invalid, we've already picked that particular player. This might look really good. And it turns out we're gonna place Clyde in this group. And that is good. That is all well and good. That means that we can only now place the 3rd player in this group to get a certain number. And that's going to be Karond. And by that, we have actually decided the groups already for the coming Mordheim Madness Season 2, with the exception of the unranked players. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna reroll once more, and number 1 and 2 will be Greybush, 3 and 4 will be Ainur, 5 and 6 will be Shellproof, and 7 and 8 will be True Griffin. 9 and 10 we're gonna reroll. We're gonna pick them just at the same time into Group A. So let's go for that, see which player comes in here first. That's going to be Greybush. So Greybush is going to join us in Group A. Gonna pick another one. Gonna stick with the same numbers, right? No, the first 3 numbers: Ainur, 4, 5, 6, Shellproof, 7, 8, 9, True Griffin. Let's see where we end up. That's gonna be for Group A as well. So that is True Griffin. True Griffin, you are going to end up with us in Group A. Alright, there we have it, everyone. So Shellproof going down into Group B, Ainur going down into Group B. Hope you're gonna like this group system, and thank you for watching, and good luck in the tournament to come, everyone. Hope it's gonna be a really interesting tournament, and gonna have a lots of interesting games going on. See you for that.